Hey good people, Josh Candeloro, and welcome to Montana and Sundays. So this week and probably next week's video will be not by the window seat but here, because why not? And honestly, like an iPhone possibly can't do this justice. Look at this. It's sunset. This has been my view for the past few days. Really awesome. Cows, I'm on a working ranch and in the middle of a valley just north of Yellowstone, and it's amazing. Yesterday I went on a hike, and that is where, today's reflection comes from. So ever since I heard this quote, I have loved it. It's my favorite. It's by Muir, who is, from what I understand, like an environmentalist and activist. Love nature. I visited Muir Woods in San Francisco, part of one time. But, okay, so the quote is, I don't like either the word hike or the think. People ought to saunter in the mountains, not hike. Do you know the origin of that word, saunter? It's a beautiful word. Way back in the Middle Ages, people used to go on pilgrimages to the Holy Land. And when people in the villages through which they passed asked where they were going, the pilgrims would reply, à la sainte-terre, to the Holy Land. And so they became known as saunterers, or saunterers. Now these mountains are our Holy Land, and we ought to saunter through them reverently, not hike through them. Okay, so I love that quote, and of course, like most quotes and most of us, we're like, yeah, that's something to live by, right? So I went on a hike yesterday, first full day here, and found this trailhead. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I have no idea what's at the end of it. I don't know how long it is. I'm just gonna do it. Well, it's pretty steep. The one that I chose went up the mountain, and even to get to that fork, it was pretty steep. All right, I have not hiked in probably 2 years. I have not gone through mountains in a while, so it was an ambitious and lofty goal, and one that I did not complete, at least not on that trail. So on the way up, I'm just like getting really breathless and really winded. I was probably 3/4 of a mile in. It was sad. There were much older people coming down who seemed fine. But I get 3/4 of a mile up, and I'm like, you know what? No one's out here. You could just turn around, go back, find something different to do. And I did that. I turned around and I started walking back down, and I realized on my way down, started looking around and realized how much beauty I had missed on the way up. Because on the way up, I had a mission. I had decided my goal was to start up those mountains and not stop until I had reached whatever was at the end of that trail. And I was hiking. And so I thought that thing exactly, and then thought, it's exactly what Muir said we should not be doing. And it wasn't until yesterday that I realized why. I started looking around thinking, God, it's beautiful here. So enjoyed my little trek back to the vehicle. Kept on going down that road, found another trailhead. This time it was flat for most of it. Still don't know how long it was, still didn't know where it was going, but I thought, all right, I'm just gonna go down here, take some pictures, do whatever I can do. I made it to the end. I was still pretty breathless, and it was about 5 miles round trip. But at the end of it was a waterfall. And can I tell you that I found this waterfall, and it was so peaceful, so tranquil. It was in this little grotto. Made my way out to one of the stones in the stream and just sat there, drank water, ate a snack, caught my breath, cooled down a good bit. And I will not say that I sauntered there the second time, but I was a heck of a lot more reverent. Excuse me, I didn't take allergy medicine and I put myself out in nature yesterday. A lot more reverent. And it was beautiful. It was exactly what I came here for, and I expect to do it a couple more times. But that whole like sauntering versus hiking, you know, you start thinking about those things and applying them to your life. And I realized that most of my life is a hike. I set goals, I try to meet those goals. I rarely take time to stop and be still and be quiet and be observant about the things around me and be reverent. I like that word, reverent. Reverent towards the things that I am truly blessed to have, reverent towards the opportunities that I've taken and turned into prosperity, reverent for the prosperity that I have. I think sometimes it's easy to identify the times in our hikes where we stop and have to turn around or get tired and breathless and question whether we should keep going. And I'm not saying that that path that I started on yesterday morning was the one that I should have finished. I do know that the choice to reassess, slow down a little bit, and pick a different path that was better for me at the time was really special, and it yielded very, very good fruit. So yeah, that was my little hike through the mountains. I fully intend to have a few more experiences before I leave. It's absolutely beautiful here. So all of these mountains you see behind me are mirrored on the other side, and that is the side that I hiked. Yellowstone is probably 30 minutes that way. There's cows that like to be your alarm clock in the morning. There's horses out here. It's probably 68 outside right now in July, so that's really nice. And it's 8 p.m., so you can see, like, God gives you as much time to experience this as you can. God, I need me to see this later. Like, what? That's near where I hiked yesterday. Let me stand up. This is my little cabin. Walk out so we can see it. Just a little, like, this window right here faces all of this. So at any moment, you have a view. I just can't. I just want to look at it all the time. So yeah, reflections for this week. Saunter. Don't hike. That is going to be my charge to myself. So I was actually trying to look it up because I poorly prepared for this, but that's the name of the game, right? The song that kind of spoke to me, goodness gracious, and I want to get the artist right this time. Okay, so Jeremy Messersmith, and it's called Sweep Me Off My Feet. Really, really love the song. He's singing about taking himself out on a date, sweeping himself off his feet, doing all the things that he loves to do, and I think that's really cool. I've been kind of practicing that a good bit lately for a number of reasons. One, just to figure out who I am and what I like and what I don't like and what I'm willing to compromise on, but also because I don't need other human beings all the time to make me happy, and I don't need to not do something because there isn't somebody to do it with. So, Sweep Me Off My Feet by Jeremy Messer-Smith is a fun little bop. I like the music, but the message is cooler. I'll add it to the playlist, and I'm hoping to record again this week while I'm here so that we can get some more of this, and I'm hoping to record maybe from the mountains. We'll see. Thanks for coming on this journey, because we are in this together, and I'll see you next week.